So, this is the garden now. As you can see, I have almost nowhere to walk. This is our squash patch. It's basically exploding every single day, followed by my cantaloupe. And I barely have space. And then we planted some new pepper trees here. And over here, see if I'm like barefooted on the ground. And I have some lettuce here, and there's some garlic at the back. We took out most of the bulbs in front because the bulbs, we're gonna plant them in the fall. And we planted some tomatoes here. Also right here is some aspiring potatoes we budded our own selves. In the corner right here, ginger plant. This is a ginger plant from Dominica. It finally budded after it was really hard to grow it. And right here, if you notice, is all the remnants of juicing. So after I cut my stalk off, I usually juice that, and then I roll the other part into the ground. So I just harvested my cilantro. This is the remnants. I have a huge dandelion bush here that I kept nice and organic so I can make some tea. We have onions. These are onions on the ground. This is something called Christophane or coyote. I hope I have the pronunciation properly. And we have rosemary bush here. Okay. We also have some okras here. This is my compost pile. If I even move this thing, there'll be like a million worms in each movement. So that's where we get our lovely, yummy compost. And this right here is the tomatoes. Right here we have peppers. I just harvested peppers, and in the front here I just harvested like a bunch of spinach. In here we have tomatoes. Also harvested some tomatoes. We have regular tomatoes and also plum tomatoes. Also did some research and heard that growing beans and squash and tomatoes is good. So this is a red bean plant right here. More red beans here. We harvested most of our big peppers, but you can see peppers down here and more tomato plants here. This is my herbal patch. We have mint. This thing is so potent. And we have more rosemary, more thyme. We also got to germinate some basil from last year. That's coming up. We got some strawberries, but I think these strawberries basically, some more tomatoes. The strawberries basically belong to the animals. I think I just grew them for the animals. Right here, and they're eating them as they see fit, but that doesn't bother me. They can have that. And we have okra here, and these are my cucumbers coming up because that initial patch of squash was, we thought it was cucumbers, but it's not. So this is okras, and this here is tomatoes, and this here is my cucumber. And right here, oh, this is where the garden really explodes. It's just absolutely beautiful. We have okras down here. These are carrots. I just went out to Pennsylvania last weekend, and one lady told me how to preserve the carrots in the ground over the winter. Oh, oh my goodness. Look, I have a surprise. Oh my gosh. My first eggplants and the second one I didn't even notice. We had a lot of rain last weekend. Rained for about 4 days, and this garden just went crazy. And right here, more peppers. These are hot peppers. And hot peppers again. Also want to zone into a bush called paracetamol bush. This is a bush equivalent to an NSAID. It belongs to the same family as Tylenol. So that's that bush. And in here, I also have bok choy. And this is all remnants from us. Whatever we ate, we grew it again, kind of like aquaponic style, and threw it into the ground. So this is like total full circle farming. Right here was cilantro, but I harvested. I'm gonna blend, and I want to show you this. We harvested this spring onions this weekend. This is from spring onions we bought, and look, those babies are already coming back in. You see that? Total regeneration again, and more remnants of the cilantro. So look at that, absolutely beautiful. Just makes you want to sit here all afternoon and not do any work. And also have my composting going on. This one needs to be turned up. We're not adding any more to this one. And this one is mature. Of course, somebody threw a bone and leaves in here. And then this one we're just starting. This is a new one we're starting again. And basically everything we had from the house we threw in here, and we don't even have enough space to plant. Like, these are all peppers. I have nobody to give to. This again is my surprise again. My avocado. Look at that. The avocado was grown in the compost bin. So I decided to take it out and grow it. And there you go, Ella. We even did some rose propagation. And I just have to clean up here and make it look nice. But it's all natural. It's all good. And that's the garden. 360. Really cool.